So what do we learn this week about Umbral Mantle Combo in Modern? And overall, on video, we went 3-2. Although one of those wins was against the green-white life gain deck, which just not, I don't think, up to par to really competing in Modern. Cool idea, though. On the other hand, we actually lost to Burn a couple more times, which means our overall record was like 3-4. And overall, I think the deck is cool and it's unique, but I wasn't actually very impressed with it. So the biggest problem I found with Umbral Mantle Combo is how many things we scoop to. And the list is headed by Stony Silence, but also includes Blood Moon, Magus of the Moon. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with this deck, and we don't really do anything. Like, all we do is cantrip, hope that we find one of our combo pieces. So I thought the deck was actually kind of meh. I was super happy we got the win with Emrakul in hand in round one. That was one of my favorite wins that I've had in a long time. So we did some cool things. We did get the Umbra Mantle kill eventually. We got a couple polymorph kills, but I don't know if adding Umbra Mantle really makes the deck better. I think the overall problem, apart from how many powerful hate cards there are against it, is the deck is just really slow. For being a combo deck, if you're going to play a ton of cantrips and set up a combo, it feels like you should probably just Storm off or something. I don't even think this is actually cheaper than playing like the no fetch version of Storm, and it seems like it's mostly just worse than Storm as far as how fast it is, how consistent it is. Our combo pieces don't really do a whole lot on their own. Like, Training Grounds only works if we're comboing with Umbra Mantle. Umbra Mantle only works if we're comboing with Training Grounds. Polymorph is kind of its own separate thing. I guess the creature lands are sort of the thing that holds it all together. But the big challenge is we need a lot of mana to combo off. It's at least turn 4 or maybe even turn 5 with our perfect draws that we're able to combo off, and that's actually relatively slow for the modern format. Opponents are playing Karns by that point and Tronning us. They have cast multiple Thought Knot Seers, and we don't really have any resistance. Like, we don't really have removal. We have a handful of counter spells, but for the most part, once something hits the battlefield, we're just in a lot of trouble. And we saw that against Death and Taxes, for example. Our opponent plays a turn 2 Dark Confidant on the play because we cantripped on turn 1 or whatever, and it feels like we just can't win that game. Our only hope is that we're able to combo off, and our opponent's gonna have Thought Seizes, gonna have Inquisitions, lots of ways to disrupt us. Even once we combo, we sometimes just get beat by Path to Exile, even like 2 or 3 Path to Exiles through our counter spells. Fatal Push is really prevalent and good against the creature lands. That's another reason that the deck is a bit sketchy. So I think the deck is cool and fun, but I don't actually think that it's all that competitive. It's an interesting idea, but I think there are better polymorph decks without Umbra Mantle Combo, and the Umbra Mantle Combo in general was just, it's cool and fun and super unique, but I'm not convinced that it's actually a competitive way to try to win games in Modern. It's a little clunky. It's easily disrupted. We had times when we were about to combo, but our opponent has a Bird of Paradise, has a Lingering Souls, which just completely blanks the Umbra Mantle combo. We don't have a way to make our creature unblockable or anything like that, so that just undoes all of our work. And then, like I said, the sideboard cards are just so devastating. Blood Moon, Stony Silence, Grafdigger's Cages. We definitely had games where we were just hard locked out of playing Magic and hoping, crossing our fingers, that we draw one of our 2 bounce spells, that we find an Echoing Truth, find the Into the Royal. So I think if you are going to try to play this exact deck, up the bounce spell count in the sideboard by a lot. Go up to at least 4 copies, because it's not just Stony Silence that beats us. There's a lot of sideboard cards that really disrupt our plan, and it's not going to be possible for us to always counter them. We can try to leave up our Spell Pierces, but a lot of them come down on turn 1, like Grafdigger's Cage, turn 2, like Stony Silence. Blood Moon occasionally comes down on turn 2 index. So I think we definitely need to up the sideboard bounce spell count, because there's so many devastating things. I don't really understand, like, the Vapor Snake in the sideboard is probably not really necessary. Pull from Tomorrow, I'm not sure when we would ever be bringing that in. So I think cut some of the weaker sideboard cards added more bounce spells, but still, even with all those changes, it's a very one-track deck. Like, Polymorph is kind of the backup plan, but we're only doing one thing. So we're just cantripping, hoping that we draw into one of our combos, and then we're hoping the combo is good enough. And while our combos were sometimes good enough, and they can be super explosive, we put our opponent to the test, they don't have anything, we win the game. There were also times where we did all the work of cantripping and setting things up to try to combo off, and found out that it wasn't good enough. Even like Polymorph can get blown out by Fatal Push, Umbral Mantle, Fatal Push, Path to Exile, all that stuff, so many things that just blow out our plan. So I think that overall, Umbral Mantle Combo is a cool against the odds style deck. If you want to check off the I won with Umbral Mantle achievement, it's a great way to do that. It's also like semi-competitive. I think our record was around 50% overall, but it felt like it was very one track, very focused on a single plan, and had a lot of things that can go wrong with that plan to make that not really work. So overall, I think it's okay. Semi-competitive, really unique and interesting, but not super convinced that it's something that actually has legs to be able to compete in Modern against a wide range of decks. I think you can get lucky and put up a good performance with it. I mean, someone 5-0'd with it, so if you hit the right things, get the right draws, play enough matches, I think that can happen. But as far as being consistent and winning consistently, I don't know. So you get a super explosive, although somewhat slow for Modern, turn 4, turn 5 win, with lots of ways to find it, but that turn 4, turn 5 win isn't as guaranteed as I would like it to be for the amount of work that we are putting into setting it up. So anyway, that's Umbral Mantle Combo for Modern. We got some sweet wins, but overall, kind of a meh performance for the deck. That's been our Much Abrew About Nothing for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay videos, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.